Yeah, looks like they back for a fifth season, man.
Who that?
Sports Roundtable.
Who?
SRT Crew.
Whoa.
SRT. They got that realness flowing in they DNA. Damn you lame if you ain't tuned to SRT today. HO got that payload when he say so. What you betting on? Don't get mad at me on fantasy. Break up Kyrie LeBron. I be smooth as sports superhero Hancock in the mix. Deal with roll tide forever. Real talk, you know who he gon' pick. See where I be with SRT. Behind the glass, that G Money. They win strong, I never lose. 6-man elite, that's J Smooth.
All you other sports radio shows is fake news. Believe it. Turn up your radios, cause it's time for SRT Radio. Yeah.
What up? It's the Sports Roundtable, and we're live from our virtual studios overlooking the great state of Georgia. Yes, sir, I'm your humble host, H.O. from Bankhead, and in filling in tonight, I got my main man here, does a great job. My main man from DNA Sports, the A in the D in A Sports, Mr. Asa Brown. What's going on, bro? Ski?
Good evening. How's everybody doing? What's going on with you, HO?
Can't complain.
Glad to hear it.
Yeah, all is well, bro. All is well. I caught a little bit of y'all show on Monday. Didn't get a chance to see if you was able to get that question in to Mr. Don and see what his thoughts were.
Oh, about the Bama,
Yeah.
Auburn.
Yeah, the Cambo and the
we're gonna touch on that probably in another couple of weeks. We're going through the conferences now. So we did.
Oh, Barkley, Cambo and Barkley.
Cam, Barkley, or both.
Yeah. How can he rank them?
Yeah, I'll bring it up to him. We started with Pac-12 and big Pac-12 and Big 12 play. So we'll get to the SEC. I messed up Pac-12 and Big 10. We'll get to the SEC.
Yeah.
Before the season starts. So I'll bring it up to him.
Yeah.
I already know what he's gonna say, but
so you already know what he's gonna say, huh?
Yeah. Actually,
shout out to Dez. What's up, Dez? What's happening? Yes, sir. Dez in the building. Yes, sir. One of our loyal listeners, man. I got a t-shirt for you too, bro. Just hold tight. I got a t-shirt for you, Dez. Yeah, man. We got a good show for you, man. We got a good and great show that's going to get you all the way in. So tap in. Make sure you follow us online on YouTube at SRT Sports Talk Radio /2705. Don't know where they get. I don't know where they get that from, but just tap in with us on YouTube, and we are on Facebook. You can just search SRT Sports Talk Radio on Facebook, and you see us live and in person. So we got a great show. We got some hot news, man. The Olympics are finally done. And
they were on forever this year to me.
Yeah, it was exciting. I have to tell you that. And boy, we got a topic that we're gonna talk about. Me and Hancock had a talk last night, and I guess he was getting all of his talk in because I couldn't get him to stop. I could not get him to stop, bro. I was like, whoa, okay. But yeah, man. So I even named the show Bron won the MVP, but Steph won the moments. But
I can see that. I can agree and live with that.
Yeah, so all y'all Bron sexuals, look, I got some over in the corner. Y'all don't want to come for me. But I mean, it is what it is. I think we all understand that the Heisman Trophy winner is the winner that has the bigger moments in college football for the year. I think we can all agree that having moments are more memorable than anything else.
So here's what I want to say to you about that. Here's my issue. I don't have a problem with LeBron winning, but I winning the MVP, Olympic MVP basketball. But here's my issue. We just had the NBA Finals, and there was somebody who was on this team who did exactly what LeBron did.
I
Led
agree.
the team in
Hancock said
scoring,
the same thing. I know where you're
led the
going, but go
team in
ahead.
assists, led the team in rebounds, and at the end of the day, to your point, it went to another teammate because of so-called moments and
Right.
things of that nature. So I'm sitting, and to be honest with you, I'm talking about Jalen Brown and Tatum. So to be honest with you, when I look back at Jalen Brown, maybe he did a little bit more on the defensive side in that NBA Finals, but at the end of the day, his play wasn't to me so much more outstanding than Tatum. So
Right.
if you got a player that, like I said, led in points, led in rebounds, led in assists, and on the closeout game, Tatum almost had a 30-point triple double.
Mm.
So that was your moment in the closeout game. Everybody would agree the hardest game to win is that closeout game. Whether it's a 4-0 sweep or 4-1 gentleman sweep or 4-2, regardless, that fourth game is always the hardest. So then these same people who had no problem giving Jalen Brown now are using the argument, but well, LeBron was the most points. I'm like, but that's not what I was, you know,
Right.
y'all used that against Tatum
But it works.
45 days ago.
But it works for Bron. Yeah.
Correct,
Yeah.
correct, correct.
Yeah. It is. The narrative. I take the narrative changes depending on who we talking about. But welcome into the show as always. My main guy up. He's coming up on me, and it was last minute. And what say, Coach? If you stay ready, you won't have to get ready. Coach said, "Send me the info. I'm good. Send it to me." And here he is. The
Was
co-host for Red and Rev Sports Show, my main man, the Coach. What's going on, Coach?
Joe from Bankhead? What's happening, brother? And
Oh,
AB, and I ain't talking about Antonio Brown, Asa Brown. What's going on?
What's going on? Hey, you know how the Browns go. We all problems, whether it be James, Chris, Antonio.
there it
Chris,
is.
Chris
You throw a Brown in
grabbing
the mix,
everything. Yeah,
it's
Chris
gonna be a
grabbing every
problem.
booty he can grab. But watch him.
And getting paid.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Getting paid to do it. That's the hey, can't knock the hustle.
Nope.
Yes, sir. All right,
Hey
man.
Joe,
So, yo,
hey Joe, Hancock keeps running, and I'm gonna get
yeah,
tired of calling him out.
yeah. I know he keep running, and I was on the phone with him the last night, and I couldn't get him to stop talking. So, yeah, I keep telling him. I say, man, look, you got some folks. Look, you gonna lose the bet on default if you keep running. You know what I'm saying? But Coach, I was just letting everybody know what we're talking about in the hot news, and we got the Olympics are done, and we're gonna talk about who was more impressive, Bron or Steph in the Olympics. And me and Asa was just talking about on YouTube. I named the name of this show was Bron won the MVP, but Steph won the moments. And I know that's going to get some folks up in they panties and all that. But
And don't
I
forget
mean,
about KD too.
Yeah,
yeah,
consistency wins MVP to me. Cause Steph at one point, bless his heart, he was like 2 for 15 from the 3-point line, and he was struggling. But you know what changed? And don't y'all laugh, but I know y'all are. Steph's wife arrived in Paris. Soon as she hit the door and she came, his game improved. And he started going off and shooting like a madman. But those two games, good game. I ain't gonna knock Steph. Like you said, moment. In the moment he was fine, but those two games don't win the MVP. And I'm sorry, LeBron was consistent the whole time. And I'll tell you in a minute, I ain't the biggest LeBron fan in the world, but his consistent play, triple doubles or close to triple doubles, all game. I mean, every game. Come on now, you can't knock that. I know a lot of people
Oh
want to
no,
knock
I'm
it.
not. No, we're not knocking it, but I guess the question would be is when you remember the 2024 Olympics, are you gonna remember the moments that Steph had? Are you gonna remember LeBron getting dunked on? Or I mean, I'm just
Here's what I'm going to remember from just the basketball portion of the 24 Olympics. I'm going to remember KD coming in and basically playing 2 games where he was 19 to 21. You know what I mean? And
yeah.
10 for 10 from beyond the arc. I'm going to remember. I'm going to remember. Um, uh, to your point, Steph in those last 3 games, the medal games. You know, games that got you into the quarterfinals, semifinals, and then obviously the gold the medal match. You know, um, Steph having his biggest moments. Um, I'm gonna we'll remember LeBron's consistency, but we remember that more so about him having the final points against South Sudan. But that wasn't in the quote unquote the Olympics. That was the training up to the Olympics.
Mm,
You see what I'm saying? That wasn't it was the pregame up to the Olympics. So
Okay.
you know the again, I don't have any problem with LeBron having the MVP. But what we were saying before you came on, Coach, was that wasn't the logic that was used during the NBA Finals.
Yeah.
There was a guy on this team, Tatum, who, in my opinion, if you're going to use the logic that LeBron was consistent through and through, you know, almost had a triple double, or consistently was point leading, point assist, leading in points, leading assists, leading in rebounds, and he's the MVP. No problem. But that's not the argument that was used 45 days ago in the NBA Finals for another person that led the team in points, assists, rebounds, and in a closeout game almost had a 30-point triple double.
Yeah.
And that's my pushback. It's not so much whether LeBron won or not. I'm more at the fans or at commentators. Like y'all make sense. I remember what you said 45 days ago.
mm, yeah.
Yeah, and you made the good point that you got to look at you brought up 2 good ones. KD coming in and winning a game and going crazy, not missing, and then of course you look at the moment that shot Steph took. You got LeBron and KD like, woohoo! I'm
Yeah,
open, and he didn't
that
pass.
yeah, that's biggest games were in the in the medal round. Those were his biggest games.
Yeah, he
So
went off. He made that shot. And it went up to the ceiling, looked like it kissed the rafters. Then came down, nothing but net. It's like, how in the world did that boy
yeah,
make that shot? Ain't no
yeah,
way.
it looked like the McDonald's commercial with Jordan and Bird was shooting. You know what I mean in the gym and trying to play
Oh
horse.
yeah,
Nobody could
yeah.
get past.
Uh-oh.
I'm sure he'll be back. Yeah, yeah.
He
But
disappeared.
yeah, he did. Hey, go old Red. What's up, Red? What's happening? I'm sure
Red.
Red will love what I just said, huh?
All
Red would
day.
love he would love what I just said. But I just figured this that they was giving LeBron a farewell. Thank you for all you've done for the Olympics. And boom, there you go.
Yeah.
We'll give you MVP for being consistent. So that's why, in my opinion, I think they gave LeBron the MVP for sentimental reasons.
Wait a minute. So it was like the Golden Girls theme. Thank you for being a friend.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so Red asked me what did I say. So this is what we're gonna do. Since we got Asa back, let's go ahead and start from the top. And I gotta shout out the sponsor. And I gotta pull up my banner for the hot news, so y'all bear with me. Let's see here.
Yes, sir.
Okay, there we go. All right, now it's time for some hot news. And the hot news sponsored by good old friends Big Easy Grill, 1193 Collier Road, Atlanta, Georgia. Big Easy Grill, the best Louisiana seafood in town. You can just ask me. You can ask Asa. You can soon ask Coach. That Big Easy Grill is the place to be. 1193 Collier Road. Yes, sir. Any meals over $10, any meals $25 or more, you get 10% off with an SRT discount. You got to mention SRT or Sports Roundtable. You get 10% off. Any meals $25 or more. All right, so now we're going to start from the top. And the top is the Olympics are done now. What are your final thoughts on the 2024 Olympics? Asa, we're going to start with you, sir.
So I think last time I was on, we kind of talked at the beginning of the Olympics, and I was telling you that I was more excited about what the women were going to do across the board, and they didn't disappoint at all. The women in the swim team had a couple of sisters in that won some medals. Definitely didn't miss a beat with the track and field. As far as that go, and then obviously these are the three main ones, and then obviously the U.S. women basketball are up to what 63-0, 60 something. Yeah, they ain't lost an Olympic game in about 7 Olympics. So the women definitely. Oh, and then how can I forget Simone Biles? Becoming the greatest. I know. A matter of fact, I know. We talked about the disappointment, and I brought up Coco, but overall, the women definitely represented themselves well in this year's Olympics in Paris. The soccer team, it's the women across the board. Women across the board.
Okay. All right, Coach. Before you go. I see Red was talking about we got a pass rush, but let me go ahead and let's break this breaking news that the Falcons just traded for Matthew Judon, pass rusher from the New England Patriots.
Look, what's my man's name? What's my man's name? The head coach.
Gerard Mayo for the Patriots.
Mayo.
No, I'm talking about the head coach for the Falcons.
Raheem
saying you're not gonna fire me this first time around this year. I'm gonna be around for a few years. You didn't give me no groceries the last time y'all had me as a coach, but I'm not.
So breaking news: Falcons just traded for a pass rusher, and they giving up a 3rd round pick.
That's fine.
For a pass rusher, Matthew Judon. Now, I was going to ask y'all this. I'll ask y'all this later in the roundtable discussion, but it's a Falcons question, so get ready. All right, Coach, your final thoughts and what do you got from the Olympics?
Well, for those video game players, they'll understand what I'm saying. Sydney McLaughlin-LeBron, she's a cheat code. That's all I can say about her. She's a cheat code, man. She got that in the 4x4 relay. The first runner was in 3rd, 4th place. She got that thing. By the time everybody looked up, she was the only one on the screen. I said, "Good grief!" She was the only one on the screen, and the other girls, they didn't have to run as hard. They ran hard enough to keep the lead, but it was over at that point. That girl.
Yeah, that second leg was a blowout for sure.
I mean, it was like the Harlem Globetrotters playing at the Washington Generals or whoever they play. It was like, good grief. She just left everybody in the dust. And the poor girl from the Netherlands, Famke Bol, she was upset. But I'm like, Famke, you could have been in the second leg against her. You could have ran against her, but she was conveniently in the last leg. Well, which was smart by the Netherlands because she came up won silver. So they put their best one, but the U.S. wasn't playing the radio. They put their number 2 girl, best girl, and number 2 to get that lead, and it was like, good grief, it was just amazing. And I also, as Asa said, it was ladies' night. Sha'Carri Richardson. I love to hear the announcer on the Olympics. He got me confused. Is it Sha'Carri or Sha'Carri? Which one is it?
Sha'Carri.
Oh, because every time he said, he hollered, Sha'Carri Richardson. Because she was catching up to everybody and busting people up. Like, excuse me, y'all just in the way now. I'm gonna be slightly negative, but she ain't my buster, but I'm gonna be slightly negative at her. Sha'Carri, when you running, you don't look to the side. I know that's a little gangster move, but
yeah, that was gangster. Yeah, man.
That's a gangster move. If I'm your track coach, I'm like, hey, you can look to the side when you cross the line. You won, good job, but just letting you know, sister. But
hey, I'm gonna say this, and I'm saying this tongue in cheek, along with you, coach. But the way she looked and the way she looked to the side, and she gave that they call a swag look. She looked as if she was telling her weed man, like, what you mean you ain't got my weed? Are you serious?
Yeah, I mean,
but you know what?
Go ahead.
You got to give Sha'Carri a little credit though, man. She's been through a lot these last 3-4 years. Yeah. Everybody, dumping on her when she had tested positive for marijuana, and people not taking into account what she had going on in her personal life, losing people close to it and whatnot. Yeah. They made it seem like she was on steroids, so she's been through a lot. So hey, I'm gonna let her slide to give the eye. I think the eye was more so for the camera to let y'all know this is what I've always been, not so much the runner. I don't think they were worried about the competition. This was more of a statement back to everybody at home.
And apparently,
go ahead.
And apparently now she seemed to be dating Christian Coleman, because they were seen arm in arm for most of the Olympics. Like, okay, that's new. She snuck up in there with him, and they've been hugged up. Booed up in a couple of spots they showed. I'm like, all right, there, Miss Rich, do your thing, celebrate. Hey, he need a hug after that exchange. I better give him all the hugs he needs. I'm gonna wait to talk about him. I ain't gonna say nothing now, but yeah. So
all
good
right,
for her.
So shout out to Travis for sending us a confirmation that welcome to Atlanta, Mr. Judon.
All right, Matthew.
And Red said that his memory from the Olympic was Sha'Carri on the last leg relay, Steph and Simone Biles. So those were some good memories. I'm going to jump on, Coach. I love you. I talked about that the 4x4 relay. It was just a blowout, a massacre of a blowout.
Ooh.
I like that, but more importantly, I would say this: we keep talking about how the foreign and the overseas guys come over to the NBA and make us look bad and things of that nature, or is the NBA or are they catching up to the NBA or however they want to say it? My thought has been this, and my thought is this, and it got proven in this Olympics here, where Serbia, Canada just was a total bust, and they probably go get a bust award this week. France, up and coming, I get that, but Serbia, and France was supposed to be the competition because they had NBA talent on their team.
They did. Mm-hmm.
But as we all know, as we all saw, it didn't look like any of these guys was catching up to nothing that the USA had. And it still reigns supreme that while we talking about how they came over here and shoot the three and doing this and that, Steph Curry kindly reminded them that we shoot threes in the US. And I'm partly responsible for why we shoot threes over here in the US.
I'm gonna agree with you, but I'm gonna kind of I look to my crystal ball a little bit. We might want to talk now, but I think we might be humbled in 2028. Once we take away, here's my question: who's replacing KD, Steph, and LeBron on the Olympic team? Name me somebody. Name me three guys right now who I can be like, okay, yeah, they're gonna maintain the level at where, because these, to be honest with you, these, you can say one or two things. You either say what you were just saying, we shoot threes, we take care of business, but that Serbia game could have went if Steph don't shoot two or three shots, we going home in that one. Yep. The KD game earlier, I forget who they were playing.
Puerto
he
Rico.
changed
Puerto Rico, I believe.
Puerto Rico. I mean, all I'm saying is I don't see anybody right now in the NBA on the American side who's going to step in and fill each one of those shoes. I can't rely. So I have no problem with AD. I mean, with Anthony Edwards. Is going to probably be one of those guys.
Mm-hmm. Maybe Edwards,
Booker,
and Brown.
I mean, maybe Booker, maybe Mr. Shoot 'em up in Memphis.
Ja Morant, yeah.
Ja Morant, if he keep his head on straight. There's some guys, but they got to prove it. We got to see it. Tatum will probably get some run. All I'm saying is, though, those guys, to me, don't keep the same elevation where KD, Steph, and LeBron had the American team. So I just feel like we will step back possibly in 4 years, not be a bad team, but I just feel like we'll be easier to get got in 4 years than we were this year. Basically, what's coming up the next couple of years to me remind me more of the team that was it 04. Then we had to have the Redeem team in 08. It's kind of what's reminding me in the next 4 years. We'll have a good team, but they'll be more like that team right before the Redeem team.
Yeah, they keep saying that once Wemby gets a little stronger, then France gonna be the team to beat. But
with Serbia, you don't know how long Joke will be around. 4 more years. 4 years go by quick. He might want to go and play with his horses. If he gets one more NBA chip, he might be like, I'm good. we go out to the mountains or whatever. But at the same time, you got some countries like, I know you mentioned Canada wet the bed, but I don't see them doing that. Really I don't see them doing that again in 4 years. I mean, I'm not saying Sudan's all of a sudden going to be a team that's going to be able to beat, to beat the American teams, but you got some countries who now have some experience under their belt, who will give a good push going forward.
But Luol Deng just let everything out. He was, whew.
Yeah.
If he was in uniform, he'd probably be suspended. But all right, man, let's get to our next topic. All right, here we go. It's time. It's about to get muddy in here. All right, more impressive, Steph or LeBron? More impressive in this run to the goal.
Ooh. Oh boy.
Coach, you want to take that one first?
Yeah, I'm gonna say LeBron for the simple fact is he 40 years old. Ain't no way a 40-year-old supposed to be playing in the Olympics and doing what he doing at that age. And of course, I already heard somebody say it last week, where it's gonna come out that he taking the same thing Barry Bond taking. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I'm like, where y'all? I said, where your source? Don't just say stuff. Cite your source. They couldn't cite a source. I'm like,
let's just say he is. That's everything that's banned in the Major League Baseball ain't so much banned in the NBA.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me ask Smitty if he want to come on and break the news about the Falcon trade. I seen you the link, bro. If you want to come on and break the news, because I sure had some questions for you. But all right, go ahead, Coach. We can keep going.
Yeah, I'm gonna go LeBron. I mean, what Steph did was great, and he came through when they needed him. But the fact that LeBron
60 points in 2 games, two games that they actually needed to win the goal.
Yeah, but the fact, like I said, LeBron actually I think he had either a triple double or close to a triple double in both games. And I mean, but like the song say with Steph, and they found out when you're hot, and he was hot. I mean, why not feed him and get him that ball when he's shooting like that? It seemed like he shoot and he does the best move. He does a Tiger Woods move, shoots and starts running at the other end of the court because he knows it's going in. He's like, hey, y'all know what y'all waiting on the rebound for? Waiting on the rebound for. It's already going in. He already running up the court. I'm like, that's a shooter there. That's a flat out shooter. But I almost want to say it's a tie because.
Well, it's your thought. You can say it's a tie if you want to, Coach. How about that?
Yeah, because both of them came through. LeBron did what he did to work to get them there to the medal games, and then Steph said, "All right, cuz I'll take it from here," and did his thing. But that last game, like I said, when he shot that ball over 2 trees, stuck their hand all in his face, that ball went up in there. It looked like a field goal, and it came down and hit nothing but. And it didn't hit the rim. It hit nothing but net. I'm like, Lord.
Did the net move?
I don't even think it moved. And the coach from France just sat there. He just stood there like.
Yeah, they played the announcers for France that was calling the game, and they were sounding like it was a goal, like in soccer, but they were screaming. They were screaming Steph's name, which is the opposing team, but they were like, so. I mean, I'm with you, Coach. I'm gonna go. It's a tie. You gotta have the consistency. With LeBron being there and leading the way, but how do you ignore the last 2 games or the last 3 games? When Steph was going lights out and either starting the run or ending the run for the opposing team with his shots and whatnot. So to me, it's an even. It's an even. Even Steven, man. If you're a true basketball enthusiast, I can understand why you would go with LeBron. If you are in the moment person, then we all understand why you would go with you would go with Steph. So I can't knock either one of them. I'm more kind of sad knowing that we got like a year or 2 left for these guys.
Yeah.
LeBron probably next year, and then Steph probably 2 years after at the most.
Mm-hmm.
KD might be in there too. So,
yeah.
It's time. It's gonna be.
All right, Smitty. I'm about to send it to you. Hold tight. I'm about to email it to you, Smitty.
So,
yeah, man.
Yeah.
But you got to see, to HO's earlier point, you got to see, the King of the Kings playing against the world, and and see how that works out.
And I'm glad that they recognized that it wasn't any that all-star mentality came in. They realized Steph was hot and get him the ball. They kept getting it to him, finding some kind of way off screens, off pick and rolls, off whatever, get him the ball because they saw that touch was there. And now it didn't matter. Feed him.
They've seen it before. They just seen it from the opposing side, so they were happy to be on the same team.
Yeah, please, yeah, Steph. Steph started hitting, and no, that like I said, when he hit that shot, he did the lights out, and I saw a fan in the stands. He was like, "God dog, man, whatever, get him off the floor." He couldn't do anything about it. That's
All
bad.
right, Smith. Hold on. All right, Smith. I just texted it to you. I couldn't email it to you. I had to text it to you. So there you go. Yeah. I'm impressed with LeBron's play at his age.
Yeah.
I'm also impressed with Steph moments. Because let's think about this, and I'm about to start something now. Steph moments of, and this is Hancock. This is Hancock talking out of me. Steph has basically stole LeBron's thunder quite a few times throughout their career.
Yeah.
Right? And LeBron was on the road. He was getting everything going. He was consistent. He had a game-winning layup against Sudan and all this other kind of stuff. And being consistent, he was the leader of the team and yada, yada, yada. And Steph Curry comes out and go 4 straight threes and steal all the moments of the Olympics. And LeBron says, well, damn, he did it again. Done stole my thunder again. Now, don't be surprised. I'm just let's hear me out. Do not be surprised if people start making an argument for Steph being the best player in this era, even with LeBron in it.
I mean, that's you're late. That's already been the case.
I mean, start making more of a case because of the moment.
I mean, but that argument is already, and especially, I would say, especially after Steph was able to win that ring in 2018 without KD. You know what I mean? Because everybody kind of was holding those. They were kind of holding those two back to back. It was like, well, KD came in. Okay, well, I won one without. You know, kind of the Kobe argument, right? Well, Kobe hadn't won one without Shaq, and then he won with that one with Gasol, and then that changed the narrative. Him winning that 2018 with that roster without another big time superstar other than Clay, and that Clay wasn't at his top like he was earlier. That changes the narrative, right? And then followed up less than a couple of years later. You know, he does what he does in the Olympics and can add an Olympic medal to it. And he don't have to play in another Olympics. It's one and only shot. He made one and only time in the Olympics, and he made made the most of it, obviously. Yeah. So yeah, that argument when it comes up 5-10 years from now again, to your point, we're gonna remember the moments and not so much the stat line.
Yeah, for sure. All right, I don't do this often, but I got to do it this time because this my guy, A-Town legend. I got to let him come on and break this news about the Atlanta Falcons and what they just did, because I was talking to Hancock last night, and Hancock said, yeah, I got a question for Smitty. I got one for him. And I said, well, Smitty said he's not going to be able to come on tomorrow, but once we get him on, I'm gonna ask him. And Lord have mercy, the football gods must have been poured down, because Smitty came on and said, I know y'all got something for him, so bring it on. welcoming to the show to break the news, my main man, Antoine Smith. What's going on, bro?
Hey, what's up, H.O.? What's up, Asa? What's good, man?
What's going on, Smith? How you doing, sir?
Long time no see.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good to
Yeah,
see
but,
you.
Yeah, man. Go ahead and break that news for me. What we got going on, Smitty? What the Falcons got going on right here?
Atlanta Falcons have just traded for Pro Bowl edge rusher Matthew Judon, formerly of the New England Patriots. Great move by the Falcons. They didn't have a choice but to make a move because it's going all in, and this move right here solidifies that. And now, like I told you, H.O., I've been telling you for months, it's Super Bowl or bust at this point. You go out and get the quarterback you need. You draft all these offensive weapons in the first round the last 4 years. So now it's just trying to put it all together and make that move and raise that Lombardi trophy. Anything less than that is a disappointment.
All right, so I'm gonna tell you what Hancock was gonna ask you. I'm just go ahead and put it out there.
Oh, I already know Hancock, man. He oh boy.
He said there is no cotton picking way you gonna tell me that the Falcons made the right move in drafting that man at number 8. I'm just tell you what he told me. So he asked if Braylon Trice is out for the year, which is supposed to be one of your significant pass rushers, how much pressure does that put on the leadership of Terry Fontenot and Raheem Morris by drafting a quarterback that you're not going to play for 2 years, and Dallas Turner goes on and you pass on the pass rusher that you could have had at, as early as 8 is what he was asking.
Smitty, hold on, Smitty. Can I help you out? Can I help you out real quick with that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Name me the backup Atlanta has had in the last 20 seasons that's been worth their salt.
I don't have an answer for that. Matt Shaw, maybe. That's about the only
one. That's the only one.
Yeah, Matt Shaw, yeah.
That's the only one.
Well, hold on now. Y'all look, y'all ain't gonna just jump on Dave Martin like that.
Okay.
They didn't put nobody behind Matt Ryan. So I mean,
name me the backup that Michael Vick
had.
Matt Shaw.
Okay. Name me the backup Matt Ryan had.
The kitchen lady at Douglas High School.
Yeah.
Yeah. Raheem is saying, hey, listen, the last time y'all had me here, I ain't have a quarterback. And the one that I might have had probably got hurt on me or whatever the case may be. You're not firing me in 2 seasons. You're not going to do it. If I get fired, it ain't going to be because of the quarterback. So I understand why they picked up at number 8. I thought they probably could have got him maybe a little later if you played your, you know what I mean? If you played your hand a little bit different. But I understand what Raheem was thinking. Like, listen, we bringing in a guy and Cousins coming off an injury. So, it's a safety net. At 8, it's a safety net. But if Cousins don't play well, we've seen what he's been doing, in practice and, somewhat in the preseason.
I think I was interested in what Smitty had to say. I'm pretty sure because when I go back and tell him what you had to say,
he gonna see it on his video.
There you go. All right, well, go ahead.
I'm gonna stand on what I said before. I think it was the right move. Just like Asa just said, and I've said it before. Why would you want to go back to not having a quarterback in 2 years? It just doesn't make sense. And if you're gonna win, like I said, Super Bowl the bus, playoffs the bus, any way you want to put it, you won't be nowhere near that number 1 spot to go get a top quarterback in the next 2 to 3 years. And by the time you do that, he's gonna have to get acclimated to the game again. He's gonna have to transition from college to the pro. Why not just have the Jordan Love effect? Let him sit a year or 2. When it's his time to go, he's already acclimated with the playbook. He's familiar in the film room, and he's ready to hit the field and do his thing. Y'all saw the first preseason game. He was out there just to poise as a veteran quarterback. And y'all talk about age all the time, and I don't want to hear that no more because Steve Young was 31 years old when he took over quarterback to San Francisco 49ers. So look,
Smitty
they made the right move.
Coming with his history report on the show.
They made the right move. They went and got their quarterback of the future. Kirk Cousins short term, we know that, and I can deal with that. But now with this move today, you only give up a 3rd round pick. And who in the hell have they picked up in the 3rd round in the last 5 years that really made a difference?
Yeah, I agree. But this move today,
they're working on the contract for him before the season starts once he gets here. So you're going to have him at least 2 to 3 years. So that window is going to stay open.
You don't wind up like the Jets dude, Reddick.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Since we're on the topic, let's talk about Justin Simmons. Then let's go ahead and let's talk about the elephant in the room. How did he leave here without a contract?
Do Justin Simmons still get a contract? It's still possible, and the reason why I say that, you have AJ Terrell who's in limbo right now with his contract, and if you sign him to a deal right now, you can front load that contract to sign the bonus money, and that probably will put about $10 million back on the books. And you probably can get Justin Simmons with 6 or 7 plus incentives, which goes up to about 8 or 9. And you still have guys like Lorenzo Carter and Mike Hughes that you can cut and make cap space. Taylor Heineke, who I think is on his way to retirement, more cap space. So there's still a way to go get, Justin Simmons as well. And who knows? He could have forced their hand to say, why do I need to come to y'all and prove to y'all and y'all need a pass rusher? So what do? They go out and get a pass rusher and tell them to come on back here. Let's make this Super Bowl run. They're doing the exact same thing the Los Angeles Rams did when Raheem Morris was there 3 years ago. Same exact thing.
Okay. Because you said they going all in, so that's why I had to ask, about Justin Simmons, because he would definitely solidify the back end. And the only thing you have to worry about is Clark Phillips or Mr. King, opposite side of AJ Terrell.
But even if some reason you don't get Simmons, just bringing Judon in is going to help the back end anyway. Because whenever you have, I'd rather have a strong front four than an overly strong back end. Because no matter how good your secondary is, they can't hold nobody but for 4 to 5 seconds.
True.
True. I can make a mediocre back end look good with a strong front four. You know what I mean? But I get what y'all saying as well. But the bringing in Judon kind of makes it easier for them to deal with contracts with some of the secondary guys.
I agree, and I agree with that. But when I look at Justin Simmons and Jesse Bates, both of those guys are one and the same. They're 2 of the best cover safeties in the league. Jesse Bates, he would probably switch to strong safety because he can tackle better. He would play more in the box. And when you have that type of help behind AJ Terrell and whomever else is going to take over the number 2 spot on the other side, that helps them cover longer, and that helps the pass rush in the front seven in itself. So, and we're not even talking about Caden Ellis. So Justin Simmons just takes this, he's just another element in this defense that could take it to another level. That's all I'm saying.
Going back to what you said about the picking up Penix in the first round as a backup, just you looking at that, I'm just gonna go on and be honest and not gonna try to hide anything. You're gonna need him after game 1. I can tell you that right now. You don't need Penix after game 1 because we gonna chase the Steelers gonna chase Kirk Cousins all over that backfield, and Penix may come in and do some damage, but
I can agree with that to a certain extent. But Coach, let me ask you this: how are their defense going to stay vibrated and rested when they don't even have a quarterback?
Let's move to another subject. Russell Wilson is he's gonna be the quarterback. I think they talk about Fields hadn't lost a job, but right now I'm hearing from the camp they saying Russell Wilson is kind of taking command and showing that his NFL experience, showing that he's a leader. He's getting the guys motivated back there. He's talking to them. letting them know what to expect. Fields is the quarterback of the future. Wilson is the quarterback right now, and that's what they're gonna start with right now. Russell Wilson, because you got and Wilson is his job to lose, and if he loses it, what are the Steelers on the hook for? $1 million, big deal, you know. So hey, I hate and I don't. I'm just kidding. We ain't gonna hurt Kirk Cousins because I think the Falcons will have a good year this year. That AFC South, NFC South is theirs to lose. Ain't no doubt about it. It's theirs to lose.
It was there to lose last year too. That's why Arthur Smith ain't here.
Yeah, they had every chance last year to win, and they fell short, and it just didn't make any sense. It was crazy.
And actually, that problem is in Pittsburgh, right? Ain't he y'all offensive coordinator?
Mike Tomlin gonna keep him in line. He not the head coach, so Mike Tomlin gonna give him that go old school Southwest Atlanta. Look here, partner. What kind of offense is that? Do I need to take over, or are you gonna straighten this out? Tomlin gonna will spin his ear. He ain't gonna be able to do all that crazy stuff he did with the Falcons. He got a leash. So.
And Asa, I got to remind you of something that you said last year when we were doing the preview show, and I got to bring it up because you and Hancock gave me hell last year. You remember when I told y'all that the Falcons would get 40 sacks last year, and y'all said, "Man, you got to be crazy." Well, we actually got 42. So now that we add a veteran like this, that number could go up to 50.
Well, I mean, come on now, Smitty. The previous year you had like 12. So the odds were like, okay, you break somewhere in, 25. So, but I get it. But I also thought the Falcons should have won 12 games last year. They had a schedule.
No quarterback. That's why they have two right now. That's why they have two right now. Yeah, that's why they have two.
Just like you just said, sacks. I think Judon is going to be very motivated to show why he still can play and why the Patriots made a mistake. I see him getting double digits in sacks. I can see it because he's going to come in there. He's going to be a bit angry, and he's going to try to rectify stuff.
New Orleans is taking a step back.
Yep.
Carolina are what they are. You might as well call what's their quarterback's name?
Bryce Young.
You might as well call him a rookie because he wasn't able to gain no experience last year. So he's still a rookie in his second year.
And Carson Beck will be their quarterback next year.
And then, Tampa Bay, I think stayed where they were at last year. I don't think they're no better, no worse than what they were last year. So, again, Falcons should be able to get 11, 12 wins they should be able to go just division wise. They should beat Carolina twice. New Orleans is a rival. It's New Orleans is the closest thing in the NFL that you got to college football, right? So let's just say they split. That's just how it is. It's just So let's just say they split, but they should beat Tampa Bay twice. They should beat Carolina twice. And then you split with New Orleans. So, they should be able to come out of just the division. What's that? 5-1?
Yeah, those first few those first six games are gonna say a lot for the Falcons. The first six.
I agree.
You got a gauntlet in them first six.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got KC in there. You got a few playoff teams from last year.
Even if they start out 3-2, I think they'll be fine because their last 5 to 6 games against below 500 teams, and I think they're coasting to the playoffs. And I think that will get them momentum going into the playoffs, which is why getting that home game, the first game of the playoffs in the division round, is going to be key.
Yeah, I agree. What else we got submitted with the Falcons? What grade did you give them in their first preseason game? I know Pennies looked pretty good, looked very, very poised, made some great throws.
I gave them a B- because I'm thinking about not only Pennies, I'm just thinking about the team in general. They were getting smoked in the first half on defense, but the second half they locked it down on defense, and I love to see that. Penix, like I said, look poised in the pockets, made some key throws. And one guy that I've been talking about and raving about since they drafted him was Casey Washington, the guy that Penix kept finding open for some reason. The 6th-round pick out of Illinois. I think he's going to win that number 4 spot. And Rondell Moore going down again, another blessing in disguise. That's the 3rd one.
Yeah.
To add more pieces to this team that actually fit. But Casey Washington, man, 6'2", about 210. He's a very physical receiver, man. He's great in his release at the line of scrimmage. He was finding holes in his own. So it looks like he's ahead of the game already. And to find a receiver that Penix is comfortable with this point in his career, this early in his career, that's going to be key going forward. So you can see Casey Washington on this team as long as Penix on the team because it's somebody he's comfortable with.
How does
As a
James
whole,
Washington, how does
go ahead.
Washington fit into the fold now that Moore is out?
I think James Washington, man, with his veteran savvy, I think, but he didn't look too good against Miami. That's what I'm saying. Casey looked better than he did, and he's a veteran. For one, he looked out of shape. He didn't look as fast as he once was, so he's got a lot to do in the weight room. He's got a lot to do in the film room, and he has to get comfortable in this offense. If not, he will probably be cut again, and his career may be in jeopardy. I'm gonna just keep it real with y'all, like I always do. But I was expecting James Washington to come in and win that number 4 spot, but Casey Washington, he just showed me a lot that preseason game, and he may win it. And one guy that I did watch at linebacker, J.D. Bertrand, 4th-round pick out of Notre Dame, he was flying all over the field. When you talk about versatility, guys like him are going to be the reason why Troy Anderson and Kate Ellis can play outside as well. Because if he can come in and play with Nate Lamb in the middle, that gives your rotation the rest and keeps everybody fresh. And he could be a high impact guy as well.
Okay. So you saying Super Bowl or bust at this point, Sean Smitty?
Yep.
That's gonna be your bold prediction.
I'm standing on that. Super Bowl or bust.
Okay.
Divisional round win, they win the South. They can probably win one game, and then we'll see where the chips fall. But I have no problem with the confidence, Smitty. You haven't said anything that there's no pushback on.
Yeah, you think about it, the only team that really in the NFC to me that gives the Falcons competition is the 49ers. But the reason why I still have more faith in the Falcons over the 49ers is the quarterback position. Brock Purdy has done well his first couple of years, but what has he had anybody else put pressure on him to overperform? No.
The NFC is tough though, man. You got, for some reason, the NFC North might wind up being a strong division for some years to come with, Chicago making some right moves, obviously Green Bay and Detroit.
Right.
Obviously the only thing missing in Minnesota is a quarterback by letting Cousins walk. The NFC East,
I think the Eagles falling off because they coached. Their coach lost their team late last year, and I think that's going to carry over into this season. You look at Dallas without a contract problem, that's going to be a distraction. You look at Washington with Dan Quinn, his first year, he's got to go through growing pains.
Yeah.
So I think the Falcons, to me, they have a top 3 team in the NFC already.
Top 3?
Yeah, and I'm only putting San Francisco and Detroit because they was in the NFC Championship game last year.
What about Philly?
That's the only reason why. Like I said, Sirianni lost that team late last year, and I think that's going to carry over.
I think Sirianni's taking some bullets for some guys in that locker room. I'm not sure why he's doing it, but I don't think the problem is Sirianni. I think it's some other players, but I think he's taking the bullets, for whatever reason.
One of them is A.J. Brown. Ace, I'm going to be honest with you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So, I it'll be interesting to see how long he continues to take bullets for the guys, Sirianni, anyway, before he starts talking some names. Or you might see a mid-season trade out of Philadelphia that will tell you the story without telling you the story.
All right, got a message for you, Smitty.
I mean, look, I'm taking the veteran over the young guy 24/7. That's just me. And think about it. Kirk Cousins in the same system he was in Minnesota, so he's just switching team with better talent.
Mm.
And we already see Mr. McCaffrey, he sorting back to his old ways with those injuries, so he's going to be week 1 on the line of playing or not playing week 1. So it's going to be a rough start.
Yeah, they didn't put McCaffrey in bubble wrap. He's not going to do anything. It ain't, no, sir. Stay. You just go. Well, you can watch. Don't do anything. Don't even walk. They're gonna keep you away from that field because they know that's that's something they can't do without. And they honest with themselves. If they lose Ayuk and they got to get to Devo and Kittle, and you ain't got that backfield. Oof.
Hey Mo, let me ask you this: what did Matthew Stafford do before he got to the LA Rams? He just needed that primetime player, that primetime team, that primetime talent. He turned on the lights. They won a Super Bowl. Same can happen here. Kirk Cousins just need that chance. Think about it. Last year, he was in the MVP discussion before he went down.
Mm-hmm.
All you need is that chance sometime.
Yeah, that's all you need.
Like you said, the Falcons got the weapons, so you know in the backfield and on the outside, so he don't have to. In other situations, he was asked to carry the team. I think we all can agree because he's not the guy to carry a team. But I think, to what you're saying, I think he's a veteran Purdy. Basically, So.
And don't get me wrong, Purdy has played to me above where he was drafted. He was Mr. Irrelevant, but he's played way past that, and I respect him for that. But sometimes you just gotta take the crafty veteran over the young guy. That's just the wise thing to do.
Mm.
Hey, I need to see the Falcons do something. So I'm gonna ride with you. Convince me, Smitty. You convince me. I
know it's gonna go sideways. I'm gonna hear from you down the road, so I ain't gonna worry about it. I know what that fall is like. I ain't gonna get too high. I know what that fall with no parachute is like. I ain't gonna get too high. Sometimes you gotta take that fall, man. That confidence, you just gotta have it.
I remember the bounce, man. I remember what the bounce hits. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go win the NFC South and win the divisional game, and then we from there we'll that's about where I'm gonna go. But I'm with you. I understand why you had Super Bowl or bust. Granted, they've made the moves, so but I done been too high with no parachute.
All right, Smitty. Before you go, do you say Super Bowl or bust if they don't make this move today?
It was still Super Bowl or bust to me, because one, you finally went out and got the weapon that you needed, and you pretty much still had the same team you had last year with the talent. You get Grady back, you have Onyemata, you have Jesse Bates, AJ Terrell, so you still have a lot of talent on the team. You just needed somebody to get these playmakers to football. Just that simple. So hey, it's just Super Bowl or bust. But if y'all sticking around tonight, man, please tune into the Sports Machine. At 9:30 tonight, I have former Falcons linebacker Andre Crockett on to talk some Falcon football, talk his career, and talk about the state of the current Atlanta Falcons. He's probably going to like this move today because I actually think he was one of the best young talent they had on that 98 team. So just tune in tonight, 9:30, Smitty Sports Machine on YouTube. We're going to be live, or you can also catch it on my Facebook page at Antoine Smitty Smith live at 9:30. So y'all please tune in to that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I don't know where HO went. He dipped out for a minute. He'll probably pop back up. I had to snap a finger.
Yeah, I stay in for a second till you come back.
We can we'll carry me. Let's man, now I'm trying to bring up the roll call real quick.
Go back to that LeBron discussion. I heard the back end of it.
So HO was asking, who do you think the MVP was? Was it Steph or was it LeBron as far as the USA men's basketball team and the Olympic basketball? Who should have been MVP? And I think Coach was going with LeBron mainly. Tell me if I'm wrong, Coach. You was going with LeBron due to due to LeBron's consistency throughout the Olympic play.
And his age, doing all that at age 40, you know.
And then I was with Steph. Really, I would have been happy with either with a co-MVP or whatever. But my issue again was not so much LeBron getting it. I was just looking at everybody talking about, well, he led the team in points and assists and rebounds and was consistent. And I was like, we just had the NBA Finals and y'all held that against Tatum. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
not only that, you put Derek White on the team over Trae Young. That was just stupid. So, but yeah, I agree, man. I would have to go LeBron. I'm with Coach. I would have to go LeBron. Not only with age, you look at what he brought to the team just as a whole. He was passing the ball, he was rebounding, he was playing defense, something he don't even do in the NBA. So as a whole, I think as an all-around player, he just meant more to the team than Steph Curry. That's how I'm gonna put it.
I will say this about LeBron. This Olympics showed me what LeBron probably should have been advertised in coming into the NBA. Right. To me, I understand why, the NBA was looking for the next somebody to fill Jordan shoes, or, Kobe kind of was, about to come down off his plateau as far as, being, leaving out, and you needed somebody, i.e. LeBron, to fill that void, and, him having the love for, wanting to be like Jordan. But LeBron's game was more predicated, should have been compared to someone like Magic Johnson. And I feel like if his game had been advertised and predicated toward Magic Johnson, he blew Magic Johnson out the water. It would have been an easier argument to say, okay, now how is LeBron better than Jordan? But to start off with him going against Jordan, you wasn't never going to win that argument unless he went 7-0 or 6-1. You know what I mean? As far as in the finals, or
But like I always say, Asa, you just got to think about it, man. Jordan hit the NBA at the right time.
Correct. Yeah.
The Lakers and Celtics was going down. They were getting older. Bird retired in '93, the year he won his third championship. Then he stepped away from the game. Think about if he had to play Houston two years in a row.
Oh no, correct.
They may have lost one of those. Yeah. If he doesn't, when he comes back, if they don't get Rodman, I don't think he gets a three-peat then. So, it's just all about timing with everything. And think about it. We talk about super teams that started in the 90s with the Rockets, with Drexler, Barkley, and who was the third? Elijah Wan. So that was happening back then. But when you get a super talent like LeBron and they have to put teams together just to beat him, to me,
yeah. But
that rings. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead. You finish up. My bad.
Yeah, that to me, teams having to put together super teams just like the Warriors did, and he still took them out. So just think about if he had a team like that Miami team from 2011 when he left Cleveland all the way up to now, he would have been surpassed Jordan. But hey, he wanted to do it on his own. He did it with Love and Kyrie, who to me are really second tier players. But yeah.
Timing is everything. I can say he hit LeBron hit the East at the right time with Detroit kind of fading out, and then you didn't really have a strong team. The power was in the West. I'm just saying that the overall media and narrative, I feel like if they had really compared his game more to Magic, I think then the overall discussion about is LeBron better than Jordan,
it'll be a little fair.
A lot more palatable for old school cats, I can say, like myself or whatever. You know what I mean? Who grew up in the 80s and 90s of the NBA, compared to now. So, but ain't nothing.
Honestly though, Asa, I'm gonna keep it real with you. And I've said this 1,000 times. To me, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is the greatest player to ever play the game of basketball. Because if you look at what he did in college, you look at what he did in the pros.
Yeah.
Just say it again, Smitty. I mean, he's the only man that I know that played basketball that won 3 or more titles in high school, college, pros.
Right.
Nobody else dominated like that.
No, I'm with you. I think it all depends on how you determine the parameters. I mean, I have LeBron up there higher than Jordan when you start looking at, or right there with Jordan when you start looking at overall impact of an athlete, and you start putting in things like society, impact on society and things LeBron has done with his school and things of that nature. I put LeBron up there higher than Jordan. I put LeBron up there. We start talking about Jim Brown and Kareem Abdul. Those gentlemen from the civil rights eras. As far as when you start trickling in those type of
And
secondary
I add to that.
or whatever.
I add to that. When you talk about overall talent, I think LeBron he outdoes Jordan. For one, he's 6'9", 250, so he can play anyone from 1 to 4 or 5. You look at with the Bulls, before he got Pippen, Jordan couldn't beat the Pistons, and I think without Pippen, he doesn't win 6 rings. LeBron could have carried it. You see what he did with a team full of nobodies and carried them to the finals, even though they got swept. I don't think Jordan could have done that.
So that's what we go. That's what we go disagree. That's where, because I ain't never seen anybody since in my lifetime get beat up for them first 8 years of their career. That you ain't never seen, and we, again, and I'm not saying LeBron has the physical attributes, right? You can't take that away. A lot of that is God given, but you still gotta nurture that and work out and keep his body right, like he has these 20 some odd years or whatever. But I do kind of want to see what kind of mentality LeBron would have had if he was getting beat up. Just because we've seen some of his antics now, in his career when he's not really getting beat up. So if you were to tell me, do you think LeBron's mentality is stronger than the Mamba? My answer would be no. And to me, Mamba is the closest thing to Jordan. So, but again, we could in relative, we could talk about it,
all night long till we blew in the face. Yeah.
And we'll never get an answer, never get a correct answer or a right answer.
Right.
Yeah.
So did y'all ask Smitty about more impressive, Bron or Steph for the Olympics?
That's how we got. That's how we got on this Bron.
But somehow Jordan got involved in this. And boy, I tell you. All right, so let's go ahead and get this last question out the way. Your expectations for the Colorado Buffaloes and Deion Sanders in prime time.
I think they're actually going to be worse than what they was last year. And the reason why I say that, too many distractions in the locker room, too many distractions from the coach, and they've had too many transfers. So they don't even have the talent that they had last year. And sometimes you can be your own worst enemy by not being quiet. And sometimes I said Deion talked too damn much, and I'm going to stick to that.
There it is. Okay. So they're going to be worse. And what they won, 4 games last year?
4 games. They were 4-8, I think, 4-9 or something like that. So I think either they'll be 4-8, 4-8 or 4-9 or 3-9, 3-10 or something like that.
To another conference. So yeah.
And it's going to be rougher.
All right, Asa, what you got? I see you over there.
I'm going opposite. So I've looked at their schedule. I've looked at what they've done in the not so much off season, but and from last year to this year in the portal and whatnot. I think he learned a lot. Deion learned a lot. Granted, he talks, but his talk is different this year. Last year, his talk was really more brash and me, after that Colorado State game where they allowed Colorado State to take a pound of flesh out of Colorado in that game, and they never really recovered after that.
They were knocking.
By the time they recovered, the season was over. But you lost key players. I just think that Colorado State game was a true brawl, and I don't think that happens this year. I think they're ready for that. Looking initially, I believe they'll start the year off.
Can you call out their schedule right quick?
Yeah. So the first game they got is North Dakota State. They'll win that. Then they got Nebraska. I'll give them that. Then they got the rematch with Colorado State from last year. Rivalry game in-house is on the road, so let's just say 2-1. Then they got Baylor at home. I'll give them that. They gotta go to Orlando to play the UCF.
That's an if.
It's an if, depends on what time that game is. If it's daytime, yeah, it might be a little hot. But if it's a nighttime, you know what I mean? But I at this point, I'll give Colorado that one. Then they like a lot of their big games to me are at home. Then they get Kansas State at home. That might be a loss. So I'm just saying, by the time you get to like week 7, they could be 4-3, 5-2. Now you're just a game away from a bowl game. So at bare minimum, I think they'll be 7-5 this year.
So they get to a bowl game is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now the last 3 games, I'm with you. I don't see them beating Oklahoma State. I don't see them beating Kansas, and I definitely don't see them beating Utah, who won the Pac-12 last year. And Utah is probably one of the fewer teams out west that are built like a SEC.
What do they play Baylor?
They play Baylor week 3. Well, no, week
Where?
4.
In Baylor and Colorado.
No, in Colorado and Boulder.
Oh, they might win that game because
that's the reason
they
why I'm saying
Baylor.
The front end of their schedule, they can easily have 4 to 5 wins, and now you only got to play less than 500 to get to 6.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying 7-5 at bare minimum. They'll be better than last year.
Yeah. All right, Coach.
But HO, I got to run, man. I got a show in a little while. Like I said, Andre Crockett will be on tonight at 9:30. Former Falcon linebacker, so please check it out. On Smitty Sports Machine. And HO, man, I got a new gig on Tuesday, so my show switched to Wednesdays. But I'm gonna try to squeeze you in as often as I can to do the Falcons report. And I always appreciate y'all's support, man.
Absolutely, bro. Appreciate it. I'll see you at 9:30.
Yes, all
right.
All right, Coach. What you got?
I'm with Asa, looking at what's going on and the schedule. The conference, a lot of teams. I don't think they as strong. The conference is as strong as the Pac-10, 12 was. Because in the Pac-12, you had UCLA, USC, Oregon, Washington. All those teams, they were loaded.
They miss all of them this year. They don't see a Oregon. They don't see a UCLA. They don't see a USC. They don't see any of those. To me, their 2 strongest games, as far as again, Colorado State's an in-state rivalry, right? So to me, those records sometimes don't matter in those games. But their strongest games is Baylor, Utah, and Oklahoma State. But they don't get any of those till midway or to the end of the season. So
I would give Dion the boy stop, but I got somebody else in mind because Dion, you were in that show and prove year. Now you squeezed by last year because everybody was happy you came and you won 4 games instead of 1, and you brought a lot of eyes to the program. Now that ain't gonna fly this year with Colorado. This year they didn't sell out the practice game like they did the first year he came. Wasn't a sellout this year, and a lot of the hype machine, the air been let out a little bit. But if he got a line to protect his son, they're gonna be dangerous. Now his son sometimes has Justin Field disease, where he like to hold the ball for 2 hours before he throw it instead of doing something. So if he can shake that, even you got to throw it in the bleachers. Throw it in the bleachers because he can't get sacked as many times as he was last year, and they be successful. That ain't gonna work. They were killing him. And Travis Hunter, I sometimes want to just tell him, just like the candy bar Twix, pick a side. You gonna be defense or you gonna be offense? I think he get burned out trying to play both. I know he's a heck of an athlete, but hey, that's a strain playing all them games, and you ain't coming off the field hardly. So we'll see. I think they got I'm like Asa. I think they're gonna be better. And if they get in the bowl, I guarantee there's a certain phone gonna ring in Atlanta from the Mercedes Benz say we ain't got to even talk. Y'all come to the Peach Bowl. We got y'all. Because they know that crowd gonna come for that game and they gonna make plenty of money. So yeah, that phone gonna ring there.
Yeah, I'm sure. All right, fella, let's go ahead and just jump. We're gonna jump straight into our baller buses and bus stop. Yes, sir. Let's go ahead and get into it. And if you're online, go ahead and please put your baller buses and bus stop in the chat so we can go ahead and read them out. And I'll go first. Baller this week to me goes out to the whole entire USA Olympic teams with the domination of the Olympics for 2024, the way that they came through and did their thing. What it was over 140 medals, gold medals or medals period.
They won. They basically did 40. They won 40 gold, 42 silvers, 41 bronze.
Yeah, so baller goes out to the whole Olympic teams. I think they did a wonderful, wonderful job in preparing for that and all that. So yeah, that's the whole team. Well, if you went to the Olympics, you get a baller. That's what I got. Yeah, everybody. All right, Ace, so we'll let you go next.
My baller is Snell pitching out there in the Giants. He had a no-hitter.
Mm-hmm.
Then he backed up and came out and had a no-hitter. The next outing had a no-hitter going in the 6th, 7th inning. I want to see it against the Braves. So like his last 16, 17 innings, his ERA is like 0.
Microscope, yeah.
Yeah. So
all right, Dad said his baller was the U.S. women's track team. I can't go wrong with that for sure.
Yeah.
All right, Coach, what you got for your baller?
I know it's preseason, but my two ballers are Caleb Williams and Jaden Daniels. They looked as good as advertised. People wondering, are they going to be able to hold up? And I know it wasn't against the best, but still, they went out there, made some good throws. Daniels used them legs. Williams used them legs. And right now, and it could regress, but for this right now, I give both of them ballers because now I ain't going to go out and say Chicago or Washington going to be playoff teams, but I can see them being a little better. So those two are my ballers.
I might be putting something on that Chicago team, Coach. I got a funny feeling. Old boy might wind up a little bit like Stroud from this year.
Williams?
No, quarterback for Chicago.
Yeah, Caleb Williams.
Caleb Williams. Yeah. I think he's gonna have a season similar to Stroud.
Yeah, he and I think he got in the back of his mind. He's heard all the negativity, and the coaches have told him, "Hey, man, we ain't expecting you to go out and throw for 400 yards every game. Just win the game. That's what they're gonna want from him, and he gonna make some plays. He got out of a situation in the game where instead of him trying to run or make a play, he did a little flip play to Swift, and Swift got 40-something yards. So he's gonna be good. I can agree with you on that. He's gonna be good.
Is he rookie of the year good, Coach?
Yeah.
If they make the playoffs, he rookie of the year.
Yeah, I can say he will be. Yeah, I think he will be. Daniels, I don't know if he got a good enough team around him, but they done gave Williams a pretty good team to work with, offensively and defensive, so he could do some damage.
All right, let's get to these busters.
Oh,
my
Lord.
buster is, huh?
No, I said, oh Lord. It's just...
Oh yeah. My buster this week is, damn, who did I have for my buster? Just forgot that quick. Go ahead, Ace, and let me come back to me on my bus.
Jerry Jones.
Okay.
It's been the last owner that I seen taunt his players was the guy that used to own the New York Yankees. But even when he was taunting his players, that's because he was cutting checks for them to, you know what I mean, to get over there or whatever.
Yeah.
Or he might fire a skipper and then hire him back the next year or whatever. At least he was. But Jerry, I mean, listen, it's a soap opera. I know you're gonna talk about it later on, but I mean, you can't. You got three guys that you gotta pay, and when it comes to Dak, it's just the market. When it comes to CeeDee Lamb, you allowed the market to get ahead of you. There was no need for you to allow the market to get ahead of you. You could have took care of CeeDee Lamb as soon as the season ended. But you allow.
He could have took care of Dak last year without having the money to rise.
Yeah. So I mean, I just I don't. I mean, I love to see it. You know what I mean? I love to see it. I nothing better in life to make fun of Cowboy fans and Cowboy. You know what I mean? But he is. I don't know what he's doing.
All right, Dan said his boss has got to be the Jamaican track team, not what we expected. I agree.
Yeah, they had an off year. That's why this is the year for the USA track team to take full advantage of everything. Because in 4 years, this is not going to be Jamaica for sure is not going to allow this to go down again in 4 years. They're not.
Yep. All right, Cole, what you got for your Boston?
Oh, that's too easy. The 4x100 team for the USA. How in the world have y'all been running for so long and been supposedly practicing, and you butchered that race, a race that you should have won? But in the first handoff, my boy, what's his name, Kung Fu Kenny, runs out the exchange zone. You don't even get the exchange right. And from there, it turned into 7th place. Terrible. Carl Lewis said they ought to quit. But I wouldn't go that far. But yeah, John, I agree. Terrible.
Yeah, right on point.
That was ridiculous.
Oh, how can I forget my Buster? The Canadian basketball team.
Yeah.
You mentioned
the Canadian basketball team. How do you have a team full of NBA players and you don't even qualify? That should be a Buster for the next 4 years. Bruh, I mean, come on, Canada. Y'all. Now, Hancock said this. Hancock said Jamal Murray is envious of Shea Gilders. Got Murray coming off the bench and yada yada yada, and Shea the man, but Murray got the ring and he got the last say when they played against each other. So, I mean, I don't know what's going on over there, but I'm telling you what Han said.
Okay.
All right, so that's my boss. Let's see. Dad said, yeah, he took off early.
He did.
Yeah. All right, boy, stop. I didn't ever think that this boy stop this guy would ever get a boy stop, but I gotta give it to Mr. Kaepernick. After 8 years talking about he would rather play instead of be a coach. 8 years. He hadn't played football for 8 years.
Playing days been over. So whether voluntarily or involuntarily, they over.
Come on, Colin. Come on, bro. Don't the boy stop. Stop with that. So Colin Kaepernick is my boy stop for wanting to return back to his playing days in the NFL when he hadn't played, and that's 4 years of college and 4 years of high school, and he still want to play.
Still got the itch, I guess.
Yeah, he got the itch, but you gotta
scratch it.
Yeah. All right, Ace, what you got, boy? Stop.
I'm gonna go back to the Olympics. I guess I'm gonna count what's our guy that won the 100?
Noah Lyles.
No allowed.
Because of the theatrics that he played when he lost the 200, and screaming that he had COVID. Not saying he didn't have it, but people bringing out the wheelchair and all that kind of stuff. all those theatrics that after his meet in the 200 was the boy stop for me.
Yeah, that was tough there, bro. Come on. Yeah, that was. Yeah, and then, well, you heard what the cheetah said.
Noah Lyles.
Yeah, Tyreek Hill didn't necessarily believe that he had COVID.
I guess my thing is when you make those kind of stuff, now you bring up more questions. You allow for more questions than you ever going to get answers to, right? So, you won the 100. Live on that. Nobody's going to look at you too harsh because you didn't do what you didn't medal the way you wanted to in the 200 because we hadn't won the 100 since Carl Lewis, basically. So you got that. I think a lot of it was unnecessary.
Yeah, and with all the technology and the advanced technology of what we got today, you mean to tell me you didn't know you had COVID before you ran this race?
Oh man, they test you every second, So he knew something was going. That's why I said he brought up more questions than him saying that. Then I think he was ready for answers for. So.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's gonna be it. Anybody else got some old boy stops? I'm talking to the chat now.
All
right. All right, it's time to move on into this.
I forgot my boy stop.
Oh, go ahead, Coach.
Oh, my bad, Coach. Yeah.
I almost forgot about it. And I hate to do this, but my boy stop goes to Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo actually said out of his own mouth, it's better to win a gold medal than an NBA championship. But I guess you can say that, Carmelo, because you ain't never played for an NBA championship. So I guess you thought you were doing something, but I'm like, really, dude?
That's he resorting to that, huh? Coach?
Yeah, I looked at Carmelo a different way. I'm like, dude, you serious?
I think Carmelo might turn into this generation Scottie Pippen the older he gets.
Yeah, the angrier you get and start saying stuff and that don't make no sense. And I'm like,
Lala, go back to him, Lala. Go back to him.
Yeah. I'm like, you ain't never played for an NBA championship. You had a chance, several chances, but you never did get it done. So, hey, I guess your gold medal is more important because you don't know what an NBA championship feel like. So,
or even play for one.
I guess that's why you said gold medal more important. I'm gonna let you have that one, I guess.
Yeah. All right. With that being said, we're gonna jump into our round table discussion. And let's go ahead and jump right into it real quickly. And if we didn't talk about this, I was trying to say this for Hancock, but I have to backtrack and go back and get Hancock on this one. But the NFL Hall of Fame inductees a couple of weekends ago had a star-studded roster. I just want to know from you guys which player you was happy to see get in, and what speech were you happy to hear?
H.O.
Yo.
I'm gonna step away for just a minute. I'm coming right back.
No, go ahead. No problem.
I'm gonna go with this is gonna be for the other half of DNA. I'm gonna carry the torch for Don. I'm gonna say it's Devin Hester. First of all, star-studded roster: Dwight Freeney, Andre Johnson, Randy Grandshaw, Shar, Patrick Willis, Steve McMichael, Devin Hester, Julius Pepper. They didn't miss nowhere at all. Didn't miss at all. But I'm gonna go with Devin Hester. Like I said, I'm gonna take this from my other half of the DNA Sports Talk. He's like, you a Hall of Famer if they have a discussion about the history of football and they cannot leave you out of that discussion, then you're a Hall of Famer. And so
that is a damn good way to describe a Hall of Fame.
Yeah. So when you talk about Devin Hester, kickoffs, most, punt returns, kickoff returns, leading the, having the most in that position. And, for a period of time, one of the most feared guys, you didn't kick to him. He's a Hall of Famer.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, you enjoyed his speech as well, I'm sure.
Yeah, correct. Yep. Because he laid the foundation for guys before him and guys currently playing. When their career's over, they should be considered for the Hall of Fame too. So you got to go back and look at a few players that aren't in it that they may need to put in.
All right. Real talk. If you were kicking off and you got Deion, Hester, and Metcalf, who are you avoiding to kick to?
I'm starting at the 40. I'm kicking it out of bounds and taking the penalty. I'm telling the kicker, kick that joker out of bounds. If you can't get it out the end zone, and listen now, what rules, right? Before they moved the from the 20 up to the 25 or 30, whatever it is, kickoffs were a lot harder to get out the end zone. So I'm like, if you can't get out the end zone, partner, if you can't cough and kick that bad boy, kick that joker out the end zone, we just put on our defense at the 35, 40, whatever. You see what Indianapolis kicked Devin Hester one time in the Super Bowl, and they ain't kicked to him no more.
Yeah, ain't kicked to him no more. All right, Coach, what you got? Matter of fact, I got to step away now. Duke making too much noise.
You're
just looking for some attention. Go ahead. I'll be right back.
All the Hall of Famers deserved it. Like I said, I'm glad Hester got in there because you can't deny what he did. You can't. Patrick Willis, Peppers, Gradishaw, all them guys had an impact. But the thing that I took away, and some people didn't like it, some people did, but it was a concern when they did the thing with Steve McMichael in his house. He couldn't show he has ALS.
Yeah.
And they did the thing with him. I'm on the fence about that one. I don't know if you want to invade anybody's privacy like that. And to see him like that, I'd rather his wife had come up at the Hall of Fame ceremony and accepted for him. So you really wouldn't have to see him like that. That was kind of, I don't know about that one, but I'm glad he got in because I just remember him back in the days was what he did. But there was nobody that didn't deserve it. All of those guys.
All star studded selection, not a miss at all. Even you look at maybe I guess the least accomplished. When I say least accomplished, like Andre, I don't think he made it to a Super Bowl playing in one. Just because he was with the wrong team with the Texans and whatnot. But but as far as the wide receiver, he was a top guy. Even in the time when you had the greatest show on turf going on in St. Louis and things of that nature. Andre was one of those guys that was always up there, and didn't always have a top quarterback throwing to him. I think his best quarterback might have been Matt Schaub, who wound up getting traded to the Falcons. So, Dwight Freeney, sack leader, had that incredible spin move. Like I said, Randy Grandishaw a little bit before my time. We all know about.
He was part of that Orange Crush defense with the Broncos, with Tom Jackson and all those guys. Yeah, they were terrorizing people. They were bad.
Patrick Willis, we know what he was doing in San Fran. You mentioned Steve McMichael. Again, I mentioned about Devin Hester. You can't have a conversation about football in the history without mentioning Devin Hester. So and then, Julius Pepper's one of those guys when we talk about multiple sport players. I don't think there's too many guys that can say they played in the March Madness championship game and played in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So they didn't miss at all on this one.
I think that Patrick Willis thing was like, whew, boy, he came out of nowhere.
Yeah. So I wonder if D. Will was here, what he would say, because you know where Willis is from.
Yeah.
But yeah, all Pro Bowl studded. Was just saying to Coach H.O., I think out of all of them, I think maybe Andre Johnson is the only guy that didn't make it to the big dance.
Yeah.
Out of this list.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. All right, let's jump into this topic that I wanted Hancock to comment on, and he said he had a lot to say about it, and he was gonna hold it, but he's not here to do it. Or is he a bad owner for not winning as consistent as the fan base states he should win? Yeah. And it's coming off the heels of the Cowboys being valued at $10 billion, the first franchise team in history.
You can be two things at once.
Is he a bad owner or a great marketer?
You want this one, Coach? You want me to go?
It won't take that long for me, bad owner. I ain't got to think about it. He's killing that team, crippling.
It's funny. I don't think he's a bad. Like it's hard to. He's a great marketer, right? Marketing. He knows what to do.
He know how to make money.
They worth $10 billion. So
he know how to make money. Yeah,
he know how to make money. So it's kind of hard to say he's a bad owner. I would say he's becoming a bad football owner. But I won't call him a bad owner. You see what I'm going with that?
Yeah.
So, because it's hard to say. You know what? I made this thing into the like I said, the number one major sports franchise and a top 10 worldwide franchise. Like the Cowboys are worth. You name one of those you name one of those soccer teams in Europe. He worth that kind of. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He worth that kind of.
Mind you, he only paid $140 million for the team.
So the return on the investment is something stupid. We can't even calculate the return on investment, right?
I mean, $140 million to $10 billion. I mean, come on, man.
It's hard to call him a bad owner, but I can call him a bad football owner.
Yeah, that's a good one. Okay. All right. Well, that didn't take long. Boy, I wonder what Hancock would have said about that one. We'll probably still be talking about it. All right, predicting the 2028 men's and women's Olympic team. Who do you see? Okay, the women. Who do you see on this 2028 Olympic team for sure?
For the women?
Man.
Yeah, for the women. Who do you see on this team for sure?
Everybody except Brittany Griner and Tarazi.
Yep. And then you're gonna have the new girls like Paige and Cece and
Juju.
And Juju. Yeah.
Reese.
They gonna win gold and be whatever they are, like I said, what they 68-0. So they'll be close to 100-0 by the time they get through the Olympics, where they go through all the all the preliminary rounds and all that. World Championship and all that stuff.
I think Dez might have got this right. He's a bad GM, but great owner.
Okay.
I don't even think he's a bad GM. They've been 12-5 the last 4 years.
He need to let his team. A coach talk instead of him always talking.
Yeah, but every time he talk, team, some reason.
Yeah, he just won't let. If he had let old boy stay there, they probably would have had 6. They would have been New England Patriots before the New England Patriots if he had kept his mouth quiet and let Hey, what's my man's name came from Miami?
Jimmy Johnson.
Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah, if he had kept his mouth quiet and let Jimmy Johnson do what he was doing, he would have been Robert Kraft before Robert Kraft as far as an owner with as many Super Bowls.
Yep, but I got one big knock against Jerry. Jerry. Now Dak want his money. You should not even be discussing with Dak why he shouldn't get paid. You should give him his money because guess what, Jerry? You didn't have these many problems with Tony Romo, and Romo ain't won nothing.
So listen, so that's the irony. The Cowboys started this whole push for quarterbacks getting paid where they paid Romo, and Romo hadn't even won a playoff game, but they paid him like he was an NFC championship or Super Bowl quarterback. So really the Cowboys started this ballooning of quarterback payments with Romo. And now all of a sudden he got people, say what you want to say about Dak. Dak is a better version of Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
He get to the playoffs. He just don't. When the lights get bright, he hasn't won, but he's getting there.
Yeah.
And you got to pay what the market is. The market's the market, in which, like I said, the Cowboys started this market.
Yep, that's true.
So it's just the irony, now that he created it. Now when it's time to pay Dak or pay whatever quarterback, and again, Dak is probably a top 15 quarterback, top 12, however you want to slice it. That's the market. It is what it is.
All right. So we got the women's. We got Angel Reese. We got
DC
Clark, Juju, Asia,
Beckers.
Who else?
Everybody else except for Brittany Griner and Tarazi probably gonna be back.
Like I said, you'll probably have Paige in there. She's coming out of UConn next year.
Yeah.
You'll have, I can't pronounce, a young lady out of USC. She's coming in.
Watkins. That's
yeah. Oh, yeah. The legs gonna be loaded.
Yeah,
the ladies ain't in no kind of trouble. They're gonna be just fine.
All right, let's get to the men then. What we got?
Bronze.
Not LeBron, but bronze.
Bronze.
B-R-O-N-Z.
Okay. So everybody back except Steph, LeBron, and KD.
And the three people this year.
And what about
KD?
What about MB? Is he back?
Yeah, he young.
Man, we gonna send MB to Cameroon next.
He go play with France.
Yeah. I would love it to turn over to Anthony Edwards and AD, but there ain't no guarantee AD gonna be around health wise.
Yeah.
So I got asked earlier. You probably have Bam. This is right now how the team who might be will be back. Anthony Edwards, Tatum, Brown,
Booker,
John
Morant.
But then you gotta John Morant, he keep his act together, he'll be there. And you know what? I don't know what
Jalen Brunson.
Brunson.
Yeah.
But they're gonna be small.
Halliburton fresh. He don't
Halliburton.
do anything. He should be
They-
able to
but
go.
They're gonna be small.
Yeah. I don't know who the bigs.
Outside of Bam, and he a small big.
You can actually bring Derek Lively over there with them at that point. It gets stronger. Defensive presence. A
We'll
lob
see how it plays out. Right
What
now,
about AD?
I'll bet he won't be healthy before I bet he be healthy.
Oh Lord.
So
All I'm saying
got,
is
the men got something to worry about.
the men got questions. We got questions.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe Trey. Maybe what's my man in Philadelphia? Max.
Yeah.
I mean, there are guys there. It'll be interesting how you put this team together. But right now, the team will be small.
Yeah, I agree.
But you might have some guys come out of college. Some bigs come out of college. Maybe some of the bigs you have this year might show their worth in the next 2 to 3 years. But as of right now, with who's leaving and who will be there, the U.S. men team is going to be a silver at best, bronze at worst, but golden in the picture.
All right, before we move on to our very favorite fun bag, I do have a question. I'm gonna give you a two truths and a lie question before we get to our fun bag.
All right.
So you got to pick the lie, or just tell me which one is the lie out of this. All right, and this gonna be fun. All right, the people in the chat, let me know which one is the lie. And you cannot Google this. Please don't Google. Don't cheat. Don't cheat. Don't cheat. All right, here we go. Ludacris is from Marietta, Georgia. Steph Curry was born in Akron, Ohio. Kanye West born in Atlanta, Georgia. Tell me which one is the lie.
Ooh.
Where you said Ludacris is from?
Marietta, Georgia.
That's the lie.
Yeah, I think that's a lie.
I want to say all three are a lie.
Sure? Huh?
I want to say all three are a lie.
All right, so let me do it again. Luda from Marietta, Georgia. Steph Curry, Chef Curry, is from Akron, born in Akron, Ohio. Same place as LeBron. Kanye West, born in Atlanta, Georgia.
Wait a minute. I'm going to change. I'm going to go with Steph. Steph wasn't born in Akron, Ohio. I'm going to go with Steph.
You sure, Coach? Asa, what you
I think Steph is the truth. Okay, and then Ludacris is the truth. Then Kanye is the lie. Kanye ain't from Atlanta, Georgia.
All right, so you going with Kanye, and Coach, you going with Steph.
Yep.
All right, here we go. The answer is Luda is the lie.
I had it right the first time, darn it.
Yeah, sure did. We sure did. We had it right the first time. Because just like Dad said, Luda was born in Illinois.
Yeah, Luda was born in Chicago.
Okay.
Then he moved to Atlanta at a young age. But can y'all believe that? Steph was born in Akron, Ohio, and moved when he was 3.
To North Carolina.
And and Kanye was actually born here in Atlanta.
Oh wow. That's one I was like, what? Kanye?
Yeah.
The crazy one?
Yes. Yeah. So I just had to I had to give y'all a little something before we get into this fun bag. So I had to give you a little education too. Now, how many people knew any of that? I'm talking to my online people. How many people knew any of those things? Cuz come in here, somebody he knew.
I thought Luda was born. I thought Luda was born in Ohio. But then
Nah,
I remember,
he born in Chicago, Illinois.
and for whatever reason, I was thinking Steph was a true North Carolina cat.
Nope.
And then that's why like all three was the lie. And but then when you asked it again, I was like, well, you know what?
I had to ask it again to throw you off a little bit.
Yeah, I was like, you know, hold on. So he asked again. So
Yeah, Dan say he didn't know Kanye was from Atlanta. But yeah, he was born here.
He's shy all the way through though. He was raised, not born, but raised in the shy.
Yeah. I guess him and Luda, they swap places.
Yeah.
Luda.
All right, here we go. SRT Fun Bag. Let's get it. All right, so here we go. I'm gonna see if Cug go participate while he here. All right, here we go. Everybody know how. Oh, Duke barking now.
Duke said, I'm ready. He trying to get in the fun bag.
I see. Everybody know that when you get your income tax, you already know what you're trying to buy. We done all had hit a lick, or somebody gave us some extra money somehow. Name me one purchase that you've had in your life that made you say, man, what was I thinking? Ace to laugh.
I got some people now.
Ooh.
We gotta name the real names, or can we be like the people
Just
name
name the item that you bought that you when you got a little money and you were like, man, what was I thinking?
Oh yeah, that's easy. I can say I had an ex that I helped get a car with my money, and then she stopped making payments.
Oh, Coach, you let somebody make your credit up, Coach.
She thought she did when we broke up. She thought she was gonna mess it up, but when she stopped making payments, I didn't say nothing. I slid right in there, got that car, started driving it around, put it in the garage, and made the payments. And we were good. I was good. You ain't gonna kill my credit. She thought she had me, but I was like, no, I'm gonna need them keys there, partner. So you ain't gonna make no payments. Well, hey, you don't own this car. Catch the bus.
Catch the bus. All right, hey, so what you got? What
man,
was
I'm gonna go back to my younger days. Then, if that's the case, I had bought some jewelry for a young lady, and it didn't work out. You know what I mean? I'm not engagement like that. I bought it was a bracelet. From Zales.
Okay, both of y'all like that caking in. Okay.
You know what I mean? Well, the one
both of y'all like that caking. Okay.
And the dough fell through. I ain't cake no more.
Okay.
Yeah, the ice is slippery.
I went to school in Miami, man, and got an earring, and I'm like, man, come on, what was I thinking? Yeah, man, I got an earring, man, and I got it in my left ear. I got the earring and the tattoo. I kept going. The tattoo I was cool with, but the earring, I'm like, bro, I don't even know why I did it, because I didn't know how to do nothing with it or anything. I'm just like, bro.
Was it a stud or a loop?
It was a stud.
Yeah.
The loop looked too much like a female.
Okay. I didn't know you was on Michael Jordan with the. I didn't know you was on your Michael Jordan.
No, I had a cubic, whatever, however, close to
CZ.
Yeah, I had something closer to the diamond as possible.
Did you get it out? What was that little book back in the day? All the mamas and grandmas be selling stuff out of the little book, the little.
Yeah, I used to have to put the little back in some alcohol and
yeah.
you know, and cleaning and all this other, man, it was just too much going on. I'm just like, bro, I don't know what I was thinking about. It wasn't $20 though, but still,
I didn't know you either had the loop or you had that little small Lou Goss's one. The Lou Goss's had a little loop that got a set.
Yep. All right. Check question number 2. You got to choose 2 out of the 4.
Uh-oh.
When you cannot fix your own breakfast, when you can't fix breakfast, you can't sit down and eat, you on the run and you got to go. A bagel, cheese toast, a banana, or a bowl of grapes. Give me 2 out of the 4.
Give me them 4 one more. I know what one of them is. What was the other 3? All 4 again.
Bagel, cheese toast, banana, or a bowl of grapes. Or a Ziploc bag full of grapes.
Banana and a bowl of grapes.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay with the banana. I'm gonna go with the banana and the grapes too.
Yeah, that was there. Say, give me the banana and the grapes. Everybody trying to eat healthy tonight. Oh, okay, that what y'all doing?
No, with that cheese toast, I'm gonna need a slice of bologna or something in the middle of, or a piece of sausage.
I need the whole biscuit, coach. I need the sausage.
Yeah.
The eggs.
Yeah,
I
but
need everything.
this the on the run breakfast. You got to go, so it ain't got long.
Yeah.
All right, question number 3. Oh, did I say I'm getting the banana and the cheese toast?
Okay.
Yeah, I can run and do that and have me a little coffee on the road while I'm riding. All right, this gonna be interesting. All right, y'all bear with me. Is someone saying to you, I really didn't mean to say that, is that considered an apology?
No, that's just what people talking about. I ain't trying to be disrespectful and then be disrespectful.
If somebody said that, I didn't really mean to say that, is that considered an apology?
Not even close.
Otherwise,
close. You wouldn't even say it. It wouldn't even formulate it in your mind, and you didn't mean to say it. You meant to say it.
Yeah. Okay, that's a good one. All right. So yeah, I agree. That's not an apology. All right. Name a person that you've been having a burning question for that you would love to interview. And what is the question? And the person.
Ooh. Yeah.
All right, I'll go first.
That's a lot of folk there.
I want to ask President Obama. Did he do everything he could? If he can do it all over again, would he do it again?
I wish he would.
Man, you beat, because we in the political season, you beat me to it, H.O. I got a question for him too.
Do you? What's the question?
Well, my question for him was, why did you not set up a successor? Or why did you make that deal to turn it over to Hillary Clinton?
Yeah. Okay.
I just feel all the preparation that they did with him for him to get into office, and in 2 terms, they didn't have no exit plan.
Mm-hmm. Coach, you thinking over there?
Man, it's so many people I want to ask a question. Good Lord. Oh, Tyreek Hill. What made you think to have 9 children? You getting a big contract, and that contract is for them kids. What made you think to have 9 children? And also, I bring what's his name in just to further Nick Cannon.
I'm about to say you can't leave Nick Cannon out. You
I'll slide him in there too. What make you guys go out and have that many kids, and that's where all your money going? Seriously, because that's where it's going. I was going to ask Beyonce why Jay-Z, but no, I ain't going to get that down like that.
Man, don't have the Beehive blocking my show.
Nah, that's what I'm saying. I ain't going to mess with that one.
Actually, they probably asking the same question. You know what I mean? So that's the question you probably they'll be in agreement with. You know what I mean? But
all right. I don't think nobody else. I don't think nobody in the chat wanted to ask nobody nothing. I guess ain't nobody got no burning question, huh? All right. Last but not least, what is a customer service experience that made you say, "I would never be back"?
Oh,
well, I take that back. Dez did have one, and Ace, you go back.
That's a good one. That's a good one, Dez.
Yeah, Dez. That was a Super Bowl right there.
Okay.
Well, you know what? But hey,
Dez, experience. Go ahead.
Hey, at least he's been consistent because he ain't run the ball neither times against Kansas City either.
Sure ain't. Steady trying to throw.
So at least he's been consistent.
0-3 in Super Bowls now.
Yep.
Yeah. As a coordinator and then 2 as a head coach. Now, to his defense, if Garoppolo hits that one pass, maybe they win. He overthrows, maybe. You know what I mean? But woulda, coulda, shoulda. If was a fifth.
Yep. All right. Customer service. Bad experience. You say I ain't going back. Y'all can have it.
There's this restaurant on the rooftop of the Ponce City Market that has a wonderful outdoor part of the restaurant or whatever. I will never go back there again. I don't even want to call the names. I don't want people to I don't even want to give them no type of.
Yeah, let's not. We're not pubbing nobody.
But it's a restaurant on top of a restaurant on top of the Ponce City Market.
What was the experience?
The typical, you know what I mean? You know, being around melanin, and if too many of us show up, then all of a sudden, you know, our money, you know, we blocking, you know, people having a hard time. Anyway, just one of them type of experience.
Coach, you got one?
Yeah, I'm glad you put the disclaimer out there. Don't name the restaurant, because I sure was about to call them out. But this restaurant, I was just trying to get some dessert, you know, just for I had my meal. And I said, okay, I don't feel like going in. So I did the curbside, saying curbside service. And they said it'd take about 5 minutes. So I waited a little bit, pulled into the curbside parking lot, said, I'm here. 30 minutes later, I still don't have my one dessert. 30 minutes later. And I just said, okay, I know they see my truck out here because I gave the description and everything. So I said, well, let me call. Finally, this one guy came out with my stuff talking about, I'm so sorry, I didn't know you out here. And I said, so are the windows tinted where y'all can't see out? If anybody out there? Well, no, they not. I said, well, y'all couldn't see me sitting out here, no, couldn't see the truck. I gave the description, so I said, okay, you don't have to worry about it. Appreciate it. I ain't want to say nothing until I got my food, because I know how folks do your food bad if you say something. So I waited, got my food, and I said, y'all ain't got to worry about me coming back. No problem. It's cool. Yeah, I said, because that's just too long to wait for one dessert. I ain't order a whole thing of food, plate or nothing. One dessert took 30 minutes.
Sound like you was over our Cascade, bro.
No, it wasn't Cascade. It was in Henry County.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah, look at Dez. Look at Dez.
yeah.
He done called him out.
Well, I can't say the name because I'm not gonna say the name, but I will give you the initials. The initials is KFC.
Oh, that.
No, I'm just joking. I just heard somebody say that one day, and I just wanted to say it. But so I asked, I vet the questions, and the person say, no, you should change the question to say, which bad experience have you had with the company that has cast in their name? I'm like,
Oh.
oh yeah.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah. And they
Wow.
changed it to they changed their name and put an
To a
X in
symbol.
front of it. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, bruh, all that prompt talk and man, can we just get somebody on the phone, please?
Yep. You got hit
all the
you
prompt.
got hit all the buttons on the phone and still don't get
And then they got slick. Now they say, well, we don't understand what you're trying to say. We go let you go through the prompts again. No, I done been through the prompts already. I just need you to get somebody on the phone. So you remember you used to hit 000 until you just
default
blow
to
the phone
somebody.
up. Somebody had to pick it up. No, I guess they don't do that anymore. So I just hold all the numbers all at one time. Yeah, but that's it, bro. That's all we got, and look like we're running it just a tad bit late. So, but it's all good. Let me go ahead and get my music on, so at least we can officially sign out of this thing. So, yeah, I'm gonna tell Hancock coach that he go forfeit. He go default lose the bet if he can't come on and confirm the bet.
I have no comment. I'm gonna let him hang himself. That's all right. He's gonna hang himself.
Well, football season coming, and y'all are proud fans of two of the most richest franchises. Maybe y'all can have my team will win more games than your team.
Yeah. I'm gonna let him slide. He'll be back though. I know he's coming back. So.
Oh yeah, for sure. All right, man. We got a shout out. I got a shout out to the whole tenants, everybody online, everybody who tuned in tonight. Got to shout out my main man Smitty for coming through on very, very short notice. Coach, I appreciate you. Asa, yes, sir, man. I sure appreciate y'all coming through, man, and locking it down and hollering at your boy, man. And yes, sir, we had fun. And just like y'all said, I'm looking forward to that 2028 basketball guy. And they don't need to bring back breakdancing. They need to absolutely.
It's been canceled. They already said it.
Please.
Yep. It was so bad.
So we got softball, baseball, flag football, all and that will be in 2028, and cricket. Cricket or lacrosse?
Both.
Okay.
Yeah, I think both. Uh-huh.
So that's going to be a very, very good thing. And rumor has it that the NBA will be announcing 2 new locations here pretty soon. So before we get up out of here, give me y'all 2 locations you think the NBA going back with.
I think Seattle should be one of them.
Yeah, yep.
And
Seattle?
Maybe Nashville.
Seattle, Nashville, or Seattle in Las Vegas?
Las Vegas.
Actually, yep. I'll go both out west. Seattle, Vegas, and then you can move Memphis and New Orleans to the east.
Yep, Las Vegas and Seattle is probably the front runner.
Yeah. Definitely Vegas.
I don't know, Dad, but they need to cancel whoever came up with that idea for sure.
Just blame Australia for letting somebody's niece from government.
Exactly. All right, Ace, give me your shout outs, bro.
First of all, shout out to you, SRT, HO, and Coach. Always have a good time when I come on. Appreciate the invite. And then I got to give one time to my podcast.
Yes, sir.
The other half, Don, the D and DNA. You can check us out every Monday, 7 to 9. Just go to all social media, Instagram, X, Facebook, Snapchat, or hit us directly at dnasportstalk@gmail.com.
There it is. All right, Coach, talk to me. You got one more week of vacation before you get back on it.
Yes, sir. I'm ready to get back in. I don't want us to miss nothing. But shout out to both of you guys. Like Ace said, it's always fun. Never controversial. Well, it's controversial, but it's never when we get angry or anything. It's a fun conversation, and that's what you like every now and then. You ain't gonna agree, but hey, you're gonna debate. So that's a good thing. And shout out to the guys, Red and Rev, who is incognito somewhere. He taking a break too. He enjoying it from all his duties as a pastor. He taking a break, so ready to come back, and we'll be back not this weekend, but next weekend.
There it is. Reverend Rev sports show on Saturday mornings, 11 o'clock, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Got to make sure I say that. Before we get up out of here, Texas loses another running back for the season. You're down to 3 scholarship running backs.
Ooh.
So will Texas even make the playoffs this year the way that they keep losing players? Well, at least running backs.
It's gonna be hard when you start losing starters, and then you lose your second level, and now you losing your third. It's gonna be hard to fill that void.
They preseason number 4, but that's gonna be short lived.
Yeah,
that ain't gonna last long.
Yeah.
So, they better start tell Quinn Hughes you got to throw it, son. Throw about 40 times a game, I guess.
Yep. And let's pray. Let's all pray for the Florida Gators because they
Good
may
Lord.
have the hardest schedule
God,
in
yeah.
NCAA history.
Yeah, them last
They
6, 7 games.
last 5 games is just
Oh my
in
God.
November. They're not gonna have no good Thanksgiving because the month of November is gonna be brutal for them.
Yeah. I mean, every team is ranked. Every team.
They play 9 of the top 25 teams on their schedule.
Yeah. Billy Napier talking about this is his best team. Well, he gonna have to show it because they're gonna come at him.
It might be his best team, but it's gonna be his last year with his best team. Yes, sir. All right, man. With that being said, we got to get up out of here. Yes, sir. So here we go. R.I.P. Moms, R.I.P. BC. For Hancock, Asa, and Coach, this is SRT. We'll holler at y'all next week. We out. Peace.
peace.